Hello and welcome back to the NK Maribor save. I am Coach Left Foot and it's a pleasure to have you with me. Today is the Europa League final. The NK Maribor shirt is on. It brought us good luck this time last year, in fact, when we played Olympic Lyon in the final. We're looking to retain the trophy. It's a very hard task, but we've just beaten Chelsea, right? We beat Chelsea to get here, and Newcastle, technically, going on mathematics in the English Premier League, aren't as good as Chelsea. They are 2 places worse than Chelsea. They are 8 points worse than Chelsea. So technically, we should win. Now, technically goes out the window. I know that in Football Manager. When you should beat teams, then you normally lose. And when teams you should normally lose to, you end up beating. So we'll have to see how it goes. But we are playing Newcastle United, managed by Pep Guardiola. And they've got our ex-striker, Marty McFly, who we sold for an unbelievably cheap amount of money of 10 million. We doubled our money that we bought him for, sold him for 10 million, and he's gone on and become like the next Alan Shearer for Newcastle, scoring goals for him consistently over the amount of seasons he's been there. And he's very, very good. Something I've noticed though, so we can't see his player traits because we haven't scouted him, but his off the ball is very good, so we're probably not going to tightly mark him in this game. And he's generally very good all over the park. He's not the tallest, so we should be able to beat him in the air. Not the best jumping reach, but yeah, he's very good. He's very good. We just can't. We don't want to tightly mark him. We want to try and encourage him to have long shots because they're one of his weaker stats, and try and get Newcastle to play the ball in the air to him. That's what we want to do. So maybe try and close them down early, make them play long balls. I mean, listen to this. I'm getting all tactical. You don't normally see or hear me talk about this sort of stuff, but this is the sort of things I do in the background. This is a formation that I'm setting up for next year, something that I want to work on. We will be using this formation against Newcastle, going with a wing back because it got us through against Chelsea. And yeah, I'm not 100% decided on my lineup yet, but I'm pretty much there with who I want to play. We've had some other news. Alex Cardos has broken records left, right and centre. He's got the most player of the matches award in the league. He's beaten Zahovic's goals in a season with 46, which is absolutely crazy. We've recorded the highest points ever in a league season with 100. We recorded the most ever wins in a league season, where we won 32 out of 36. Drew 4 and lost none. So the league was a complete whitewash in our favour. It was absolutely brilliant. And now we move on to the big one for this season, the Europa League final. It will give us a treble. We won the Super Cup against Real Madrid. We're in the Europa League final and we've won the league already. Alex Cardos, as you can see, is dominating our goal scoring. 31 goals in the league, 4 goals in the Champions League, 11 goals in the Europa League, which is really impressive, according that we only joined after the group stage. But generally, he has been, if he doesn't get Player of the Year, it's a travesty. It's a criminal offence if he doesn't get Player of the Year. But we're going to play this game, and then we're going to extend this episode a little bit longer and go into the end of season roundup, and we'll look at all the player awards and who's won what and what our budget's going to be for next year and all that goodness. But for now, it's the Europa League final, and I'll see you there. And for this massive game, this is how we line up. Bacola is in goal. 3 at the back are Kovac, Ricardo and Pavlin. Now, I wasn't going to pick Pavlin. I was going to start Hasby. But then I went in and looked at our coach reports for them. And Hasby loves playing in big matches. So he's in. He gets the nod over Hasby for this game. And my God, I hope it pays off. Eels is on the right back. Tapia at the left wing back spot. Lopez and Sainz in the middle. Hodzic is in behind Cardos. And obviously Hamsbegovic. It is probably the strongest team in this formation we can put out. I can't really see any other changes with the players we've got available. On the bench, we've got goalkeeper Big Mac, right back or left back Pascal, centre midfielder Ajazi, right winger Cespedes, centre back Hasby, centre midfielder Danks, and left midfielder Aitama. That's good variation, allows us to mix up the formation if we need to. Newcastle line up in a 4-4-2, similar to what Chelsea played. We used this formation and we beat them. So they have Diani in goal, Henriks at right back, Mosconi and Bravo are the centre-back partnership, Fernandez is at left back, Ranucci, McLeish, Wendell and Eggestein, Eggestein, that's what he's being called now, is left wing. Marty McFly and Beasley up front. They are a danger strike force. We know they are. They've got all their goals this season. It's going to be tough. If we look at their centre-backs, Mosconi is pretty good. Very tall. Got a lot of pace. All-round very, very good German defender. And Bravo next to him. Again, very tall. Not as much pace. Lacking a bit in the technical stuff. We'll put him under pressure and hopefully cause him to make a few fuck-ups. The game gets underway. Newcastle kick us off. They're the home team but playing in the away kit. I don't understand it either. And they've got a very early corner. We are again on extended with goal replays as it's a crucial game. And Beasley heads wide. I think it was actually cleared off the line by Eels in the first minute. And McLeish whips in another corner looking for Marty McFly. Pavlin gets in and hoofs it away. A bit of a nervous start it looks like from us. McLeish with another corner. Hodzic clears it away. Ranucci will look to get there. He does. McLeish picks it up after it was blocked. Lopez with a good header. Cardos picks it up to Eels. Eels into Lopez again. We need our midfield to dictate the game. And this is what they're doing at the moment. Lopez and Sainz passing it around. Lovely. Hodzic. Good ball through to Hamza Begovic. On the edge of the box. Shoots. Easy catch with Diani. But, I mean, I'm much more nervous for this game than I was against Leon. Leon, I was confident that we were going to win it all the way through. But this is, I don't know, Newcastle can be dangerous as Hamza Begovic and Tapia are trying to play it between each other. Couldn't create a really good chance and Marty McFly brings it away. Tapia's back there, gets a good tackle in. He has been superb this year, to be honest. Juan Tapia, absolutely superb. As Sainz picks up the throw from Eels. Cardos, Hodzic is on the edge, fires it wide. And we're starting to just turn the screw a little bit now and get our domination. As you can see, most of the highlights are coming from us. Hodzic, shot, blocked by his own man, but he gets it back into Tapia. Penalty! Not given. And Newcastle could hit us on the counter-attack as Lopez gets a great tackling on Martin McFly. And Tapia with the ball over the top to Hans Begovic. Cardos is round one. Diani off his line very quickly. And it's just so tense. It's times like this I hate Football Manager. I absolutely hate it. Lopez back to Bacola, out to Pavlin. Pavlin, what we do? Just holds on the ball a second. Long ball forward to nobody. Mosconi with a pretty poor header, but Bravo managed to collect it. Long ball forward. Lopez beats Marty McFly in the air. Lopez into Sainz' feet. Up to Cardos. Cardos through. Hamza Begovic, he's one-on-one. He shoots, he scores into the roof of the net. It is 1-0 NK Maribor. 21st goal of the season for Stanko Hamza Begovic. And we are off to a flyer in this game with inside 20 minutes. And it was into Cardos' feet. He held it up really well. Put a lovely ball through his left foot. Hamza Begovic, one touch out of his feet. And then absolutely fired it past the Diani in goal. And he just celebrates. Captain for the day, Hamza Begovic, leading by example. But we have a highlight immediately from kickoff. And Beasley picks it up on the edge of the area. Tapia gets his good head to it. Hendricks is there. McLeish for Newcastle. Ranucci back out to Hendricks. Hendricks ball in. Eggestein. And it's an immediate response. And I hate Football Manager. Eggestein, or whatever you would pronounce his name, flicks in a header as Ranucci gets the ball. Out to Hendricks on the right hand side. Ball across. Eggestein rises up late. And Bacola should do better. He sort of just palmed it in the net. And I think this could be Bacola's last season as our first choice goalkeeper as Eggestein comes forward looking for Beasley. Beasley out to Ranucci. He's got a bit of space. Shoots. Bacola with a save. Comes back to Ranucci. Pavlin gets in and clears it away. And not even a minute between the two goals. Absolute killer. As Pavlin ends Tapia. Hamza Begovic. Hodzic is on the edge. Shoots. Blocked. It's a corner to NK Maribor. And I bloody hate those highlights straight after goals. They're absolute killers. Ball in. Diani comes and claims it well. It's floated by Hodzic. Not the best of corners, to be honest. And it just eases the pressure off of Newcastle and gives them a bit of time to relax and get back into this game. Possession is 50-50 as Lopez swings in another corner. Diani catches that one as well. We've just edged the possession. We've had a few more shots. We've had 3 half chances. They've had none and no clear-cut chances either. As Pavlin picks this up into Lopez to Sainz. What can we do? Build it from the back. Cardos, Hamza Begovic. He's through again into the area. Back to Cardos. What a save from Diani. Oh, just need to put a chance away. Get that lead again before half-time. 5 minutes to go until we reach half-time. And Jaka Pavlin isn't repaying my faith, but Hamza Begovic will pick this headed clearance away. Long ball looking for Cardos. Hendricks wins the header. Kovac picks it up the line. Cardos, he's got the pace on Hendricks. Gets to the byline, crosses it. Couldn't find Hamza Begovic. It was a good clearance from Mosconi. Lopez to Hodzic. Hamza Begovic is still there. Into Cardos. Oh, he scored, but he was offside. He was flagged early. Linesman looked like he got it right. And here come Newcastle right before the half-time break. Eggestein looking in, Ricardo with a good headed clearance. McLeish out to Heinrichs. Heinrichs back into McLeish. Tackled well by Lopez. Looks forward to Hamza Begovic. Hamza Begovic cuts inside, gets into the area. Sainz is there and he puts it in. That one's onside. And just before half-time, he gets his 10th goal of the season to make it 2-1 to NK Maribor. And that's exactly what we needed right on the half-time stroke. As Hamza Begovic beat 2 players, got to the box, unselfishly dinked a little ball through. It just sent the goalkeeper going completely the wrong way, and Sainz was there. Again, he steps up with a big goal in a big game, and that is what we need as we go into half-time, and it has been a very good half. I can either say make sure we see this out, or I'm happy. I'm going to go with the safety approach and go with happy, and then calmly, you weren't that bad, I've got faith. You weren't that bad, I've got faith. And you weren't that bad, I've got faith in you. Keep going. Jaka Pavlin's going to get a little bit longer. Ills, I can let him have a poor rating out as wing back. He's not really affecting the game. But as one of those back 3 defenders, really need them all to be having a good game. As Cardos puts it out to Tapia. Tapia is just sort of running with it. Over to Ills. Ills is holding it up. Sainz is there. Hamza Begovic. Lopez. Back to Ricardo. That will probably be the end of the highlight, I imagine, because we're not really going there with it. As Bacola, the long ball forward. Vendel wins the header. Ricardo flicks it on. Can't get there. Sainz picks it up. Calmly back to Pavlin. And that's a poor ball. Poor choice of pass. Hamza Begovic, though, into Cardos. He's got a man in the middle. Hodzic is there. Straight from the second half. We nearly made it 3-1. As Bari keeps it in on the right-hand side. They've changed formation to a 4-1-2-3. DM wide, according to Football Manager. Let's see how it will affect their chances. We are really starting to dominate this game now. And that's what we like to see, as Bacola plays it out to Kovac on the right-hand side. Up the line, poor ball. Bravo wins the header easily. Beasley into Marty McFly, who's now up front on his own. Ricardo wins the header. Beasley picks it up, who's dropped back to centre midfield. Bari out to Fernandez. Lopez controls it and then just hoofs it, and it's poor. It goes to Heinrichs, the left back, the right back wearing number 11, which I don't really like to see. As that's a lovely ball forward from Mills. Cardos is in behind, gets to the byline. Hamza Begovic, he just couldn't get on it. Just couldn't get his nut on it to put it in. And I'm talking a lot because I'm really, really nervous about this. Sainz with a good tackle. Can we launch a counter-attack? Cardos to Hodzic. Hodzic, he's running the defence. Hamza Begovic, go one more left. He does to Tapia. Swing across in. It's going in. It couldn't find Hodzic. And he's picked it up again somehow. Ills, can we do something with it? Come on, stop fanning around and get it in the box. He does. Cardos, oh, what a save from Deani off the line. And Fernandez gets it away. Ranucci's there up to Marty McFly. And oh, well, we're still in here. Ricardo finds Cardos from square it. Square it. Oh, he didn't square it. Mosconi made the tackle. Oh, God, this is dreadful for my bloody heart. My blood pressure. Tapia into Lopez. Jara with a good interception. Beasley runs into Lopez and gets tackled. And he finds Cardos. Up to Hamza Begovic. Into the box. Shoots. Scores. 3-1. That's exactly what we needed. Get in there. Hamza Begovic gets his second of the game. And it puts us in a slightly more commanding position. Lopez up to Cardos. Brings it down. It was actually tackled by Vendel. But it fell through for the captain, Hamza Begovic. Just powered it past the goalkeeper. He wasn't stopping that. 3-1 NK Maribor. Can we retain this trophy? This would be absolutely amazing. Lopez intercepts that throw to Hodzic. Into Cardos. Cardos runs at the defence. Good tackle from Mosconi. Marty McFly is tackled by Kovac though. Brings it away. Short to Ills. Ills looking for some movement. Hodzic, Sainz into Cardos. He's got Hamza Begovic square. He goes on his own. Unlucky from Alex Cardos there. And the battle of the strikers is being won by Hamza Begovic at the moment. Marty McFly isn't even getting a sniff. We're going to make a change. It's going to be Hodzic for Danks, and we're going to sit him in attacking in anchorman, in defensive midfield, just to give us a bit more of that solidarity that we like to see. We've got a 2-goal lead. Let's try and keep it tight. Pavlin back to Tapia, ball in Deani with a very simple catch. And this has been a very, very good performance. We've limited them to 6 shots. 6 shots on target. That is absolutely nothing in a game of this magnitude. It has been absolutely superb as Ills comes forward. He's tackled by Fernandez though. There is a chance of an attack. Martin McFly, Ricardo with a great tackle. And again on Beasley. But Heinrichs is on the overlap on the right hand side. Into Bari. Bari squares it. Martin McFly off the post. And Kovac gets it away. And Bacolo's goal is living a bit of a charmed life at the moment. And we just need to hold on to this. We just need to keep it going. There is 7 minutes to go And Jaka Pavlin has had a good game, but he's going to come off and be replaced by Hasby. And I'm thinking about some energy in the middle. Maybe Santiago Lopez. Yeah, he's going to be replaced by a Jay-Z for the last 7 minutes. Let's just see this out. We're going to give it 2 more minutes, and then we're going to put the wing backs back to support structure and go from there. And that will do. That's those 2 minutes up, so they can come back to wing back on support and wing back on support. Let's get the instructions up. Don't need to look for the overlap and go from there. They don't need to push on anymore. We just don't need to do it, as Bacola claims that very well. Well out, Nicola Bacola. And let's just build from here. I mean, it's an interesting distribution. Kovac up to Cardos, beaten in the air by Mosconi. No one's picking up Beasley in the centre of midfield. Bari gets in, crosses. Kovac clears it. Ranucci's there. He shoots, hits the side netting. And we're into the last 2 minutes. And it looks like we're going to retain the Europa League. Beasley on the edge. Shoots. Deflected by Ricardo. Out for a corner. And we are into injury time. Bari. Ball in. Great headed clear from Danks, the anchor man who's just come on. Bari back in. A Jay-Z picks it up. Hamsbergovic. Can we launch an attack? Looks to Cardos' feet. Danks out to Hamsbergovic. Hamsbergovic tackled by Heinrichs. Yara's there. Into Beasley. 1 minute and 30-ish seconds to go. 1 minute and 20. And Newcastle continue to come forward. They've got to throw men at this. Beasley. We're just hounding him out in the middle of the park. It's a ball through to Fernandez. Ranucci. Shot blocked. Vendel shoots. Over the bar. Just take your time. That is all we've got to do. It is an unbelievable feat to retain this. Structured. Waste time. Well, we'll go defensive, much lower, waste time, narrow, sit slightly deeper. Short passing, don't need to pass into space. Let's retain the possession. Don't need to exploit. Don't work it into the box. Bang. Done. Right. Tapia, Ills, all these guys back here. Defensive fullback on defend, fullback on support. Yeah, why not? We'll just leave them as they are. There we go. Just keep the ball. This is all we've got to do. We've just got to keep it tight for 40 seconds. Kovac into Danks, up to Ills. Ills, what can he do? Back to Danks. Danks into Sains. This is good, boys. Just retain that ball. Don't give Newcastle a sniff. Sains out to Tapia. Tapia moves infield to Hasby. Hasby to Jay-Z. We have kept Marty McFly really quiet in this game, which is great to say. Really good. Tapia keeps it in play very well. And there we go. It's full time. We've retained the Europa League. Get in there. An unbelievable achievement for little NK Maribor. This is a really, really good performance. A really good result. Cardos wins player of the top goal scorer in the tournament. We have bossed them. They only had 2 shots on target. One of them went in from Eggestein. But there we go, and a quadruple it's telling us now. Europa League, Slovenia, Super Cup, and Super Bowl Slovenia. So there we go, I guess it is a quadruple. We lift the Europa League again, back-to-back titles in the Europa League. Let's save that shit again. We don't want this game corrupting. Unbelievable stuff. Get in there. Really, really happy. You've got to leave a like on that video now, haven't you? You've got to leave a like. Absolutely superb. And really chuffed. Really chuffed. We did beat Newcastle. They were statistically worse than Chelsea, and we'd already beaten Chelsea. But Champions League is the next one on the agenda. That is what we really need to get. So, Hamsbergovic obviously picked up man of the match. You've been in charge for years now and prove yourself. No, I love it here. I never want to leave. Winning the Europa League once a big achievement. That's a fair point. I always look forward to these games. It's real vindication of the management. In the coming weeks, well, Stanko's no different. You're one of the big favourites this competition and lived up to the tag. There's a great moment. Can you do the right things? You can build on the success and more trophy. This squad is capable of going on and becoming a real force. You've got a team all the way to the final and taste success. I'm absolutely delighted. It's a magnificent achievement. There we go. So bonuses, Hodzic, who only joined us in January, gets 203k. Cardos gets 130k. But we get 5.59 million for winning it. We are, well, I've gone into the Hall of Fame of British Management. I'm top. I'm top. I've won 15 domestic league titles, 11 domestic cups, 3 other club trophies with a monumental point score. That's really good. We won it twice in a row, which was unbelievable. The board are obviously happy. I am going to request a new contract for the rewards. We aren't currently interested in offering a new deal. Oh, okay. Well, that's put a bit of a sound out on that. Luka Zahovic obviously loves us, which is good. Hamza was amazing. Superb in front of goal. Schwartz was there looking at those players. We pay 6.75 million for winning the Europa League. And there you go. Winners. Winners again in the season 2031. Winners of the Europa League. Absolutely superb. Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Right, we'll keep this going and we'll come back and look at the end of season awards, and I'll see you right there. And here we are at the end of season awards. Fans Player of the Season is Alex Cardos, and unsurprising according that he scored 42 goals this year. Juan Tapia is second and Aitama is third. Francesco Duran was the signing of the season from FC Barcelona. Again, very impressive according that he only signed in January. And Juan Tapia is the young player of the season at left back. Goal of the season was Francesco Duran, and we'll see it right now. I'm pretty sure. You'll have to bear with me while I just change it to 3D, or does it automatically come up? Oh no, it automatically comes up in 3D. So Duran picks it up in his own, well, just in their half, runs in. Okay, it's not brilliant. That really wasn't worth it. I'm pretty sure we scored better goals than that. But if we look at the season review, we've won the UEFA Super Cup, we've won the Europa League, we finished first in the league, got knocked out of the cup really early on, and we are winners of the Super Cup in Slovenia, and we got knocked out in the group stage. But we have been absolutely superb. Match of the season, a 4-0 win away to Radomir. At the moment for to get is a 0-0. I'll take that. 14,278 average attendance, 92% full, and we used 33 players this season in the league, which is quite a lot. And as you can see, we were never in trouble. First all the way through the season. I would look at that. I'm never really interested in that one. End of season, obviously, I'll hold the team meeting and I'm going to passionately say that obviously we're going to win it again next year. Exactly sort of the reaction I was after. Oh, so the confidence review, obviously they're very happy with that. They're disappointed with the cup. Langley gives us our end of season review. Drost is someone he recommends. 30-year-old holding midfielder. Not in the market for a holding midfielder at the moment, mate. Langley is retiring, which is going to be an issue because he's really, really good, and I don't really want him to retire. But we're going to have lots of retirees from staff because people are getting on a bit. It is the year 2031. Due to technical advances, the clubs no longer rank ones they did in the football world. Well, let's ask for some more. Allow our players to reach their potential. If the conference is not good enough. Oh, we've got a chairman who won't invest in anything. Oh, they are. I've got a nightmare chairman. I'm trying to sign a new goalkeeper. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there. I think we are going to leave it there. We can have a look at the squad there. So very quickly then, most appearances maker was Martin Kovac, who now wants to move to Real Madrid, but I'm going to try not to sell him. Top goal scorer, obviously Alex Cardos, scoring 46 and getting 12 assists in the season. Behind him, Stanko Hamzabegovic, 22 and 10 is still one hell of a mighty feat in this league, and well, all around throughout the season. Average rating wise, top player was Francisco Duran. In 12 appearances, scored 13 goals, got an 8.08. Cardos is up there, Phil Coates is up there, Tapia, Aitama's up there. Aitama is in an interesting position, him and Cespedes both, because next year I'm not really looking to play with wingers, so I might try and cash in on them whenever I can. Potential wise, our best rated potential player is Sandu Dragout, who is currently on loan at Napoli but will be coming back and will be fighting for a first team spot as a striker. And then Martin Kovac, who wants to move to Real Madrid, but I'm not going to let him. Has he got a release fee? No, he doesn't, only if we get relegated. So he'll be hanging around, definitely. But I think we are going to leave it there. There hasn't been any mention of what we've got for budgets and stuff, but we'll leave it there. So please leave a like if you've enjoyed it. I mean, we've retained the Europa League. What is there not to enjoy? But thank you very, very much for watching, guys. We are going to leave it there, and we'll be back for the start of the 2031-32 season, which is now becoming quite a mouthful, where hopefully it'll be our time in the Champions League. Let me know down below what you think, where I need to strengthen and all that sort of jazz. And if you're new, subscribe, because there's going to be more of these videos. And I said in a couple of videos ago, let me know what you want me to do in the next series with Football Manager 17 or a save on Football Manager 18 when it comes out. Again, if you haven't let me know previously, let me know on the bottom of this video. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll chat to you all very, very soon. Cheers. Europa League back-to-back winners. Boom.